What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a brand new repeatable series from last year. It is a Draft Nation challenge against my main man, AA9 Skills. His link, of course, will be in the description below. So last year, during the back end of FIFA, we did this challenge where we went against each other, nation against nation. We start with England and Portugal. I'm English, he's Portuguese. And obviously with the World Cup this year, it makes it very, very much fun to go nation against nation. And the rules are quite simple and as follows. For today's draft, because I'm England and he's Portugal, I'm not allowed to take any Portuguese players. I have to take every English player. And although I can take unlimited icons through the draft, I can only field one of them per game. So just a way to try and force us to use the nations there. What's going to happen is we're going to play through 5 drafts over the course of the next week or so. And with the rewards that we get, we're going to build the best possible team that we can. You guys are then going to decide who built the best team from our draft rewards. And the loser is going to do a giveaway on Twitter for FIFA points to whoever wins, obviously, the giveaway. If you want to be involved in the giveaway, you have to be following both of our Twitters and make sure to like this video and see if we can't get ourselves a massive thumbs up. So, with that being said, guys, if we could drop a thumbs up on the video anyway, it would be amazing. I am on a brand new account, 0 coins, just some FIFA points and 0 records so far. And we're going to hope, I'm actually on Xbox now as well, where I've been playing on PlayStation all day. I'm going to hope that we can do some good things with the draft here and get ourselves a nice early victory to try and get some good rewards to start things off. As I mentioned before, I am not allowed to take any Portuguese player, so I can't take Nani. And although I can take as many icons as I want, I can only use one. The fact that Henry's there, I'm going to take Henry and we're going to use Henry. And of course I have to take and use every Englishman that shows up. Now, once again, I am not allowed to take Cristiano Ronaldo, which sucks because he's sick. I'm probably going to take Mertens here, actually. I'll go for the EU build if I'm going to be using English players at one stage or another. Should I get an English player, of course. Right now, it's not looking very likely. You know, the fact that I want to stick with EU, we'll go with Christian Eriksen. The beautiful thing is as well, if we do get like an English striker, I can put Dries Mertens down in a cam and still get him alright chemistry. The left centre mid, guys, I guess we'll take Luka Modric here. We haven't seen, I can't take Deco anyway because Portuguese. We haven't seen a single English player yet, and it's making it a little bit easier for me than it probably should be because we're able to pick whoever the hell we want. Now I've got some choices here. Could go with Dembele. Or could go with Iniesta. Iniesta obviously is much higher rated with good passing and good dribbling. But Dembele is probably a much better, well-rounded player. So we'll take him. Has he still got a 4-star skill moves? Yes. Only a 2-star weak foot, but nice and tall at 6'1". We'll swap those guys around there. And get the Belgian strong link in with Dries Mertens and go in for our CDM. So for an England-only draft, we are currently yet to see a single English player. Hopefully this is going to be the time. Danny Rose and Ryan Bertrand, of course, are both available. Neither of them are here, so our Mavi with a shadow is going to be the guy that I go for. This is a struggle, man, for getting English players. In at right back, hey! We finally, not only do we get a right back that I would have taken anyway, we have to take Kyle Walker, but he's got a shadow chem style as well, so a good boost to his pace and a great boost to his defending. And he's already got great physicals, good jumping, good stamina, good strength and aggression. So with the chem style of Shadow on him, he's actually going to be probably the best player in the team in that back line right there. Let's see if we can get ourselves an English centre-back as well. We can't. I've got some choices here, though. We could go with Mustafi or Zul. Probably him, actually, with pace boost with Catalyst as well. Zul is probably the better option here. 84 rated. What's he? Nice and tall, isn't he? At 6'5", 3-star weak foot. Very nice indeed. And it looks like we're going to get a full EU squad out. And there, guys, is our second English choices. So we can go with Harry Maguire, which 6'4", high is not bad actually. But the pace of Keane and the fact that he's got an anchor chem style 6'3" and medium high, he'll actually be a very good defender for us in this World Cup mode. And then in goal, Joe Hart and Jack Butland are available. Not for us today, so we luckily get to take Manuel Neuer, probably the best goalkeeper in the game, up there with Yashin and De Gea. So that is our starting lineup, guys, and it's not bad to begin with. Dries Mertens, Henry and Eriksen are great. Modric is very, very, very good. Walker is great. Our centre-back and our left-back are very good as well. Our goalkeeper is great. The downside is probably Dembele because of the 2-star weak foot, but other than that, he's pretty good. Our CDM definitely needs improving, and Zul, hopefully, because of that lack of pace, could be a good one to improve on as well. I would actually like to get a few more English players pop up for me. There we go. Kieran Trippier is going to show up there. I don't know if I have to use him, though, because he's going to be on really, really low chem. We get Adam Lallana in there as well. So that's 2 more English players. So we'll throw Adam Lallana in there, and then we'll swap Dembele and Lallana around. Now, if I have to play Trippier, it's going to be like a dramatic chem reduction for me. But I think I have to play all English players that we pick up. Gerard Piqué with a shadow is exactly what I want instead of Zul there. Because defending and pace boost on PK is very, very nice. Next up for us, nothing here that I want to take. We'll just take that guy because I don't care about any of those players. We're up to 4 Englishmen now. Werner the Burner. Gundogan with a shadow. Gundogan with a shadow might be a good option, actually. No, let's take Werner. We can use him as a sub. Nice, good offensive attacking sub. Now, I actually don't want an English goalkeeper here. That's exactly why. Because this game, in the World Cup game mode, the goalkeepers are trash because the attack is so overpowered. I really wanted to be able to keep Manuel Neuer because of how good... Look at his stats compared to Pickford. Pickford is going to be such a letdown for me. I can see it already. He's going to be the reason why we concede most of our goals. We fortunately didn't get another English defender. So Trippier out on that left-back spot. Way up. Perfect. There we go. Ryan Bertrand can come in and we'll throw him there. Now, do I need to use Trippier? I don't know. I've got five Englishmen I've got. I'm gonna pick the rest of the squad before we take into consideration. Oh, there's Dele Alli as well, so that's another Englishman. We'll throw Dele Alli up there in that cam spot. This team is actually really starting to come along. We've got a very, very nice amount of English players now. I thought it was going to be a bad draft for the Englishmen, but it's actually turned out to be alright. Let's take Mohamed Salah as a sub. We can throw him on the bench. And then 2 more picks for us. Any English to come, nothing there. Lavezzi can come on, and then our final pick is going to be no Englishman here either. So we'll take Asensio for the sub. Now, all in all, we've got Dele Alli, Adam Lallana, Ryan Bertrand, Michael Keane, and Kyle Walker and Pickford in goal. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 Englishmen. I do have Kieran Trippier. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just play him. You know, I'm not sure if do you know what? I'll play him anyway. Even if it means I lose and I didn't have to play him, so be it. That, guys, is our draft. It's actually okay. It's not the worst. And if we can get an EU manager, specifically an English EU manager, we can't. Can I take the Portuguese European manager? I guess it doesn't really make any difference, does it? Let's go for the Swiss European manager there. And that puts us up to a 185 draft. Let's have a look at how the chemistry stacks up for this team. We have got... Okay. 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 10, 5, 10 and 10. That's alright. Kieran Trippier is the only player who's wildly off chemistry. And I don't mind that at all. 5 chem is still okay. It's still base card stats. So that, guys, is going to be our squad. Let's get into the action and hope we can come out on top. I will be right back. Okay, guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-3-1-2 team. Some great icons in there. Okocha, Ronaldo, Hernandez, and Rui Costa, who, although is one of the lowest rated icons, is actually one of the best. He's very, very good in-game stats, very good like kind of extras with the 4-star, the good work rates, and just generally does a good job. But this guy's defense is a little bit weak. A silver player in at centre-back there, relatively just slow defenders outside of Kyle Walker. And look at that team and I think, yeah, we've got a chance here. Of course, I haven't really played much World Cup draft. We've only played 3 online World Cup drafts. We've won 2 and lost 1 in the final, or won 1, lost 1 in the final, lost 1 in the semi-final perhaps. So, you know, I was interested to see how this would go now that people have had a time to figure out how the World Cup gameplay feels, because it does feel a little bit different to regular Ultimate Team. I don't think it's actually different. I think quite with the draft in regular Ultimate Team, I think the reason why it feels different is because you're using formations, players and chem styles that you're never used to using, and it just gives that change of change of sense in a regard to what you're doing and how you're doing it. But I think fundamentally the gameplay is exactly the same, or at least very much the same. You know, maybe not exactly the same. I definitely feel like in World Cup mode, some through balls are a little bit overpowered. But it was you know, it was nice for me to get to grips with this team off the bat. We go 1-0 down and then pull it back to 3-1 up, and then Henry scores an absolute rocket shot from 30 yards out. And let me tell you guys, in this draft where we obviously have to pick England players, and we've got 7 England players, including a full defensive line, a poor goalkeeper, and then Adam Lallana and Dele Alli, I was definitely worried that I wouldn't win this, and more to the point due to the fact of the goalkeeper. Forget the defence. Carl Walker's good, Bertrand isn't bad, and you know, having Trippier in the middle of the park was going to be a bit tricky. But with Keane next to him, Keane's a good card, good height, good work rates, good chem style on him. Pickford, or I think it was Pickford I had in goal, he was definitely going to be the biggest problem in net, and it just concedes everything, man. He just barely saves a shot, and it just meant I had to outscore my opponent. The next opponent we'll come up against has actually got a very good defence with Pepe, Neuer, and Boateng. Good in the middle of the park with Deco, Eriksson, and Lothar Matthäus, but then his attack is just slow. And I see that David Silva, that Isco, and that Miroslav Klose, and I just think to myself, do you know what? Yes, this is the chance for me to really win this game off the back of the fact that this guy's not really going to be able to utilise pace up front too well. We get 1-0 up, we get eventually 2-0 up. Dele Alli with a really tidy goal there to make it 2-0. And as with most of the goals, it's just a lot of goals, basically. As with most of the goals, it's just a lot of like clean gameplay. A lot of the games equals a lot of goals. I think the World Cup definitely brings a lot of goals. Henry with a heel-to-heel flick there pulls me through and makes it 4-1, which obviously is very nice. 4-2 this guy did pull it back to, but we eventually made it 5-2. Henry in the box again, cuts that to Dele Alli, who slots that one home to make it 5-2. I don't think the goals were finished here either. This guy pulls it back to 5-3. I eventually attack again. I would have showed all his goals, but the video would have ended up being about 25 minutes long because most games had a whole bunch of goals. But we go 6-3 up here against this opponent and eventually made it 7-3. You see here Thierry Henry slots that one through to Dries Mertens, who shoots and scores to make it 7-3. And I believe this is where this guy rage quit, or did the game just end? Maybe the game just ended. But 7-3, guys, and Thierry Henry with 4 goals and 3 assists. And he was honestly the saviour so many times, you know. Dries Mertens is very good. I didn't have a bad team either, you know, my midfield was alright, but Henry was definitely the safety net for me up front. Into the semi-final, we come up against another really good squad. He's got Ramos, Puyol and Courtois, very good. Matuidi, Sterling, Lukaku, Okocha, very good. Miroslav Klose, as long as you can use him right, is very good. And Nemanja Matic is an absolute powerhouse. He's got a good right back and a good left back with a decent chem star of Catalyst there, just giving him the pace, I guess, to boost up there. But things started off really well for us here. Thierry Henry into Adam Lallana, loses possession. The ball eventually comes back to my team in the middle of the defence there. Trippier, Modric, Lallana, all linking up well. The ball finds its way to Henry, who shoots and scores to make it 1-0. And that was a very nice goal. And this was probably the most difficult opponent in the whole draft. This guy was actually very good. We eventually get a second goal though. Ryan Bertrand down to Dries Mertens. Mertens back into Bertrand. Bertrand back to Mertens. Mertens lays into Henry. Henry turns, shoots, saves from Courtois, but Luka Modric is there to tap in the rebound and make it 2-0. My opponent didn't take too long to get back into the game. Messi with a lovely little spin inside, cuts it to Sterling, slots that across to JJ Okocha, who shoots and scores to make it 2-1. However, unfortunately for my opponent and fortunately for me, 2-1 was the final score, the lowest scoring game of the entire draft. Of course, very rare that you come away with only three goals in a game like this. And you can see that I generally controlled the game, 2-0 and then at 2-1 because this guy was good. I played a much more passive game, just making sure I found the right pass all the time. And then into the final, we come up against 4-1-2-1-2 team, Nakata and Ronaldinho with Sergio Aguero up front. He has Kevin De Bruyne, Paul Pogba in midfield there, and then has a good defence with Rudiger, Koscielny, Walker, Hugo Lloris and Digne at left back. I was calling Digne Dean because if you actually listen to the pronunciation of a French person saying it, they don't really emphasise the Digne, they're like Din. So I was calling him Dean, and people were like, why is he calling him Dean? And I wasn't calling him like Dean, like, you know, Dean Windass. I was calling him Dean, like Digne. So yeah, that's how his name's pronounced. It's not Digne for those that were trying to correct me. I actually had to go onto Google and check out, you know, I did the old Google, can you explain to me how this is pronounced thing? And it was Digne. So that's right. Anyway, we go 1-0 up. This guy equalises at 1-1 with an absolute thunderbolt from Nakata. We eventually get 2-1 up with Thierry Henry once again. Coming up trumps for us, guys. Coming up absolutely huge there. Ball comes in for 2-2 though. The old kickoff cheese glitch. Sergio Aguero with the volley and the goal to make it 2-2. Eventually we made it 3-2, as you can see in the top corner there. This guy now has a red card. He makes a silly mistake out of defence as well. Tries to pass it out of the back line. That gives us some space to get the ball to Dele Alli, who shoots and scores to make it 3-2. And from that point onwards, it was just a whitewash really from us. Ball comes out from Walker into Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry again with a beautiful little stop and turn, finds a space, shoots and scores, and that makes it 4-2. And we soon made it 5-2 into the second half. Adam Lallana through to Dele Alli. Dele Alli finds a run of Thierry Henry. He waits for Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker got lots of options here, lots of time, lots of space, squares it back to Thierry Henry, who shoots and scores to make it 5-2, and we eventually wrap the game up at 6-2. Henry down the right hand side, cuts inside, squares it to Dele Alli, who shoots and scores, and that is where this guy decided to rage quit, and we get ourselves a draft win in episode 1 of this National Challenge draft. England versus Portugal. I wonder how skills did. I know I did very well. Now we've just got to get lucky enough in the packs to build our teams up. So that, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. Alright, guys, so in episode 1 with our England draft, we ended up winning the draft with 6-7 English players. That's actually pretty good, especially the fact that we had Trippier in defence. What I was really fortunate with, though, is the chem styles. Shadow, Anchor, and Sentinel. Straff played really well. This man here just carried hard. Thierry Henry was the difference for me, and if I didn't have him, I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't have ended up winning the draft. So it's not about whether we win the draft or not. It's about what kind of team we can build, and that is dependent on A, the packs we get, and that was my worry right here, and B, the luck we get in the packs. And the reason why I'm worried about winning the draft is because the Asia, Africa, and North and Central America player packs are all pretty worthless. So I'm only really going to get 6 potential players from South America and Europe that could actually be influential to my team and how it will look after the 5 drafts. So I want to consider that in the future drafts to potentially losing on purpose in the final or the semi-final to benefit us in the long run in terms of winning the mini event between myself and Skills. So let me know what you think about that, and let me know what round you finished in and what reward you got. I want to see what I can get as a potential opportunity from second and third round exits, basically, and final exits. So tweet me with a picture of your online draft rewards and let me know what round you went out in, because so far we've got 6 players that are useless to us, and we're about to get our 9th player, or well, 7, 8 and 9th player that is essentially going to be useless to us unless we get Mohamed Salah. But even then, it's going to be pretty useless because we can't fit him into a team. So we're actually going to get Guardado, and yeah, it's tough out here, man. That's the problem. It's tough out here. We can only hope that out of the European and South Americans that we can get Neymar, Messi, Suarez, Ronaldo, De Bruyne, Griezmann, someone of that kind of caliber. We of course do get 3 81 plus rated player packs. It is Colombian, it's a cam, it's going to be James Rodriguez to start with. So it's not bad, it's not bad. It's an 87 rated and he can go into the team. We'll fit him into the cam spot. The other 2 players in here, oh, that's actually really alright. In a 4-4-2, these will link well. So Cuadrado, Rodriguez and Sanchez, 3 very good players for Chem and some alright players just in general. So that wasn't so bad. And then our European Premium Players pack, can we get Ronaldo, Griezmann, De Bruyne, Lukaku, Hazard? I don't know. It is Spanish, left wing, Asensio? Yeah, Asensio. It's actually a decent card. We'll see what the other 2 players are. It's going to be no one amazing, sadly. Fekir and Pereira really is rough. But we're we've got the start of a decent squad, that's the very least. We're going to have to go 4-4-2. and we'll put Asensio and Fekir on the left-hand side. We'll go EU down the left and South America down the right. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. Of course, if you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.